Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back for another slime video. And today, we are going to be taking a look at three main units. Units that, one, everyone uses a lot. The second unit, people don't really use that much. And the third unit, people really don't use that much. Who are we talking about today? We are talking about the alt boosters. So, number one unit, everyone knows her, everyone loves her. I very well much know her, quite a bit. Milim. So, what does her alt boost do? It is a 70% alt boost with an increase to her crit damage by 20% for 2 turns. 70%, very good. It is by far the highest straight percentage boost to an alt that we have in the game right now. The second unit that we'll be talking about is... where is he? Oh god, I lost him. Where is he? Shouldn't be that hard to find. He's got red fucking hair. There he is. Alright. Guy Crimson. Guy Crimson. Sue me, I'm gonna call him Guy. His skill increases Soul of Combos damage by 50% at level 10. 48% because I don't have enough rainbow things. I never have enough rainbow things. You're going to have to live with it. Decreases all targets' crit resistance by 20%. So instead of boosting his own crit damage, he debuffs the enemy, therefore making your crits do more damage. Which is a very interesting power because at max level, he is at 50%, and then the extra 20%. If you put numbers together, it is 70%, just like Milim. Now, obviously, they are calculated separately, so the damage numbers end up being not the same as, popping that with a crit versus popping Milim, and she's critting. But it is something to take note of. The third unit that we're going to talk about today is a unit that I personally have never really used, but I just pulled many dupes of him if you saw my Dark Summons video, and it's Dark Veldora. He also is an alt boosting unit. Increases your solo combos damage by 60%, because it's only level 7, because I can't be bothered, because I never freaking use him. And he decreases all targets' pierce resistance by 10%, which means that your pierce does 10% or does more damage. And then if you get his up to level 10, it's 60 plus 10, which is 70%. So technically, if you want to get real about it, everybody, all three of these have a 70% boost. It's just where is it calculated, where is the damage factored in. So the goal of today's video is to compare how much damage you can get an alt on if you're using the optimal setup for each unit. So that means that we're going to take Milim in, and we're going to boost her crit damage up, because she gives herself a crit damage boost. We're going to take Guy in with Fire Milim, and I think that's it, because he is crit resistance down, so the more if you crit, you do more damage, obviously. And then for Veldora, we're going to be using him along with Dark Xion for the all-team Pierce boost. I'll get Veldora up to level 9, that way he's at least even with Guy, and he's not too far off from Milim. I'll just have to work out some team comps on how I want to do this, because obviously putting the crit boost with Fire Milim and the alt boost with Milim will come out with just a much higher damage number, so I have to kind of make it fair in a sense. So I'll work on that. We will be right back, and we will start the testing. Alright, this is the team that we're going to use. We'll have to make, one small adjustment later on to make it work for Dark Veldora's Pierce thing. Actually, no, we don't, because Milim has Pierce, although that does have Pierce power with it. No one just gives Pierce. Maybe we'll put Alice in here. Okay, my cat wants to talk. So, we're going to run Charybdis and Space Milim. Space Milim being an equalizer, because most people who have Space Milim only have her at level 80. Therefore, it's a relatively fair kind of unit to use. I know some people have duped her out, some people don't even have her. However, most people, if they're spending their engrams wisely. Might have Milim, might have Rommers, might not have either, but level 80 if you have her, because you shouldn't be spending on dupes yet. She's got a 6-star Ranga, she's got 6-star gear attached to her, she has all of her skills maxed out. The only thing that would make your Space Milim different from my Space Milim other than dupes is your Space Magic Device level, whatever. So, use her under Best Leader, Wind Milim first, then Guy and Fire Milim. With Wind Milim, actually, we'll just get into that. Let's go. Alright, let's go ahead and let's get a baseline ult damage with just Space Milim by herself without any other additional boosts. And then we will start using said boosts and see how high that damage can climb. So right now, the ult is just the 450%. She has no additional boosts on her. We have nothing else active. We've had to do some damage to get, our points up so we can start using some other skills. Let's go ahead and send this and see what we get here. I think. Okay. Whoa. What do we do? Do like 14? 15 maybe? Not entirely sure. 15-3. Okay. 15-3 is our baseline damage. Alright, so let us start using all of the buffs. Okay. Turn 4, we have Space Milim's ult. So now, for Wind Milim, we are not going to use any other skill, and that's because her secondary part of her skill does not affect the unit that she is boosting unless it's herself. So we're going to boost our damage by 70% on the ult, and that is it. So let's go ahead and pop that. Let's go ahead and pop Space Milim, and we will take a look at what damage stat this will do. There are no other additional buffs. We did not pop Cribs, even though it doesn't matter. We only have the ult boost. So let's go ahead and send this. Go ahead and watch this ult, because I haven't seen it today. And it's always good to see Space Milim's ult. Still beautiful. Still gorgeous. Still one of my favorites. And we hit 26,000 almost on the dot. A very good damage number by every event with just one buff. We could have done so much more had we popped like Fire Milim's crit and Space Milim's pierce and an attack boost from Rimuru, but that's not the point of this video. Let us try again with the with the Guy boosts, but we'll need to get 2 55-point skills for that, so it'll take a little bit longer, so we'll be right back. Okay, just for funsies, I just want to use Guy's buff, just for fun, get that 48% and nothing else, and we'll see how much it does. Obviously it will be much less than the Guy and Fire Milim buff, it will be less than Wind Milim's buff, because we're 48 versus 70, math is hard but not that hard. Let's go ahead and send it. And we hit 22.6. Alright, so actually not that much lower from Wind Milim. Didn't she hit like 26 or something like that? Yeah, 26. That was actually a lot lower than I thought it would be. Alright, let's move on. Okay, we are back. Same fight, just had to spend a little bit of time to build up the points and build up another Space Milim ult. This time, we're going to be using both Guy with his 48%, sorry, I can't do it 50, 48%, and then decreases all targets' crit resistance by 20%. So we're going to combine that with Space Milim to see how much of an effect that, or how much more damage that does compared to the, I think, 26 that we did with just the Wind Milim boost. Let's go ahead and pop both of these. And then let's go ahead and send this and see what we get here. 34. And we get a pierce too, so even more damage. Okay, so the last time we tried to use Guy and Fire Milim, Space Milim decided to pierce. So let's go ahead and see what she does without the pierce damage. So we're going to use Fire Milim and Guy, and hopefully she doesn't pierce here. Go ahead and, do I have this on or off? Okay, let's start skipping animations because we're going to be here for a while. Alright, What do we get here? 33.6. What did it hit last time? What did it hit last time? Oh, just like 1,000 some more. 33, yeah. Barely 1,000 more. Okay, well, the Pierce didn't really matter that much. Let's move on. Alright, here we're just going to use the Guy buff. No, the Guy, the Veldora buff. Sorry, I'm getting all my buffs mixed up. The Veldora buff, 58% with 10% Pierce resistance down on the enemy. We're not going to use Milim's Pierce resistance, that will be next. We're just going to use the Soul of Combos by 58%, so by, logical thinking, this will be more than the Guy buff, less than the Milim buff. Let's find out if that's true or not. So let's go ahead and pop that, and then we'll send the ult. So 26 and then 28 or something like that. Should be around here. 24. 24 less. Huh. Alright. Gotta check that math. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Everything is fine and right in the world. Windmill was 26. Veldora was 24. Guy was 22. Losing my mind over here. It's okay. Let's move on. Alright, we are back for our third test. This time we're going to use Dark Veldora's ult boost of 58%. Again, sorry. And decreases the Pierce resistance by 10%. Oh, hold on. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, had a coughing fit right there. Didn't really feel like you guys needed to hear that. Anyways, 58% ult boost, 10% Pierce resistance debuff. We're going to combine that with Space Milim's 100% Pierce rate and Pierce power by 15%. Now, technically, this is weaker than Dark Shion's boost because it is a technically 100% chance and a 20% boost, but she does it to herself. It's only 15 points. It's very cheap. Let's use it. So I think we did, what, 34, 36k with the crit boost? So I'm interested to see how much this does. Obviously, Ranga's defense is not the highest thing in the world, so the Pierce will not be as truly effective, but it's still going to cause more damage. So let's take a look. It does 30,000. Okay, so 30,000 with the extra, 10% from the fire side, but with the Pierce and the Pierce power and the Pierce resistance down. Alright. Let's try and make this a little bit fair. I'm going to come back for one more test with Wind Milim now. Alright, before I get any hate for people saying it wasn't a fair test because I didn't use Shion's extra 5% Pierce damage, we're going to do that test as well. So the only difference is that instead of Space Milim's 100% and 15%, we're going to be using Dark Shion's... There we go. We're going to be using Dark Shion's 96% and 20% Pierce power. So again, not level 10, but we do have that extra 5% boost to the power of the Pierce card. So we'll use that alongside Veldora, and then we'll see how much this ult hits for. I believe the first one was 30, so we'll see if it actually jumps up at all. It should. There's the extra 5%, but I don't think it's going to be life-changing amounts. And it hits 31.8, so another 1,800 damage. In the right scenario, that extra 1,800 damage will give you the fight, will give you the dub. So, obviously it does more damage. The percentage is higher. But if you're not running a team that can get you 55 or 110 points and you can only use 100, then I'm pretty sure that Space Milim's 15-point buff will be just fine. But let us continue on with the test. Okay, for the final part of the test, I figured since we have been using double buffs for the other two tests, we need to make it a little bit more fair for our girl Wind Milim. So we're going to be using the most basic of double boost combos, Wind Milim and Space Rimuru. 70% to the alt damage, 40% to your attack boost. Let's see how it stacks up against all the others. I expect it will be the most damage here. 34, I believe, is our benchmark. Again, I could be wrong. I'll figure that out when I'm editing this. But let us use the attack boost of 40. Let us use the ult boost by 70. And we're looking to break 36. I don't know. I don't remember the fucking number. Let's go. We hit 39. Okay. 39. Interesting. That was not a crit. That was just a weak point. All these have been weak points, type advantage, whatever you want to call it. And look at this hand. Again, I'm not playing Conquest. Here you go, Joker. Please have full 6-card sends. Be my guest. God damn it. Alright, let's finish up. Alright. Tests are over. As you can see by the gigantic list of numbers that is probably hard to read, but I don't really have a better way to put them. Obviously, the person who does the least amount of boosting does the least amount of damage, i.e. Veldora. But you can't actually know it's Guy. Well, hold on. Guy boost, Dark Veldora boost. No, Guy does the least amount of damage. Right. Guy does the least amount of damage because he gets a 20%, Dark Veldora gets a 10% from the Pierce, and Guy gets 20% from crit. Anyways, 55 points, Guy will do the least amount of damage. But when you pair him up with Fire Milim, you actually do the second most damage. Only outdone by the Wind Milim Space Rimuru wombo combo that everyone knows and loves. What does this tell us? I don't know. Each combo specific buff works, on the team that they're meant to be run with. If there's a boss who is, who has lower resistance to crit because you've either debuffed them, then obviously you would probably want to go with the Guy and Fire Milim. Like if you want to use Phobio and his skill, which lowers crit resistance, then you'll definitely want to use the Guy and Fire Milim combo because you will capitalize on all that additional crit damage. If they have higher defense, you might be better off using the Dark Veldora and the Pierce cards. And if you just want a single buff or single alt boost, then obviously Wind Milim is your girl because she does the most of just the standard percentage buffs because it's the highest. And then if you really want to go wombo, then you can just use the tried and true Wind Milim Space Rimuru. It is still the highest amount in the game as of right now, without any other debuff factors taken into effect. Didn't have time to test all that. But there we go, guys. This is all for science. If you disagree with my numbers, if you disagree with my testing logic, let me know in the comments. If you found this at least a little bit helpful, I don't know actually if anyone's gonna find this fucking shit helpful. Give me a like. I don't know. If you've stayed this long, thank you. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you later.